Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the second race of the season in this SF1 GP3. We are at Bahrain for the Bahrain Grand Prix. With me today is Lucky13. How are we feeling today, Lucky?
Super duper, pumped up. Maybe be a small grid, but I think we're going to have a great race today.
Hopefully so. Usually is always a good race in GP3, so let's hope it's more of the same.
Yes, indeed. So, obviously with such a small grid, we will be skipping the first two qualifying sessions. Each driver is allowed to do 2 flying laps just to get acclimatised themselves, get their setup sorted. Then they must retire from the session. We'll be doing that for Q1 and 2. And then we'll have a nice showdown for Q3. So, yeah.
There are a few big names missing from the drivers here today. Last week's winner, Jugster, is here. Andy Caps is here as well. And Cardinal, also the podium drivers were here.
Yeah, Gumber and Raikkonen aren't here to try and creep up onto the top 3 steps there, though, for the championship, so it's not going to help them too much. Seth's here, though. He could make some places up. Seth currently in 7th on the championship table. Neglects isn't here. Druid, I don't believe, is here either. So Kakashi could look to move up the grid as well. There's a lot of opportunity for some advantageous points collections today.
As long as they keep it clean, they're guaranteed points. That's easy to say.
Yeah, well, all they've got to do is finish, but first they've got to finish.
Exactly. Seth is just blocking his setup, I believe.
Yeah, so most people are electing not to do those 2 laps, which, I mean, if you're given the opportunity, you may as well, I'd say. But, certainly move the sessions along a bit faster. But it's only really in qualifying 3 that we're going to see any sort of lap times being put down, so please don't pay too much attention to the lap times that you see in Q1 and 2, as they won't be represented at all. It will be the big showdown for Q3, so just gotta wait and see.
The one that matters. Be interesting to see though, Q2, because that is the tyre you start on. So if everybody just retires, what do they start on? Do they get a free race?
Yeah, well, exactly. People have got to watch out for that. It is still a big part of your strategy to make sure that you do at least a lap in Q2 with the right tyres. Otherwise, I don't really think you have a choice, do you? I'm not sure how that will work. But I can only really see it hampering people's attempts.
Seth into the final sector. He needs to do this lap. As long as he retires in the pits, it's absolutely fine.
So 130.
130.1.
Yeah.
0 from Jugster. As we said earlier, guys, don't pay any attention to these laps, because we are skipping Q1 and Q2. Only 10 drivers turned up.
Only 10 drivers have turned up, but as we know, only 7 drivers finished the last race, so it's still... we're still going to have a good race today. Won't take anything away from that.
Yeah, we can't write anything off at the moment.
No, exactly. Oh, big
Right.
curb there from Cardinal. On a bit skybound. And Mo going very deep on that tricky left-hander under braking. So I'm just keeping an eye
28.9
on
on the
everyone
soft
to make
tyre.
sure they're only doing their 2 laps. So Seth has got to come in after this lap, so that's his 2 flying laps now. And he's easing off. So as long as he doesn't retire on track, then he's good to go in and move on to Q2.
That's Jugster's last lap. Mo coming
Yeah.
round now.
That's Mo's first lap, I
Must have
believe.
invalidated.
Right. Yeah, that's Mo's first lap, so he's got 1 more he can do. Blaze, I believe, is going in. Jugster needs to come in, and Cardinal has this lap and then has to come in after that. So Seth has
Seth
got a
gets
5-place grid penalty.
Yep. I was
So
on board with that then, so that's caught on stream.
Ah, well, I didn't
He's
actually
out of
see
fuel.
what happened. So
They were both going slow. Looks like Seth came across and just tapped him. No idea why.
they do have to make sure they're keeping on their mini-map, which must be enabled on full display. They need to make sure that they're in the right places on the qualifying lap. Although Q1 and 2 doesn't mean anything, the game doesn't know that we're skipping Q1 and 2, so unfortunately they do still need to be careful with their placement on the track.
So Mo is on his second lap. Invalidated his first.
And he's coming into the pits
He comes
third.
in.
So that hopefully should be everyone on their final laps now, coming into the pits to retire. We can move on to Q2 where they will do the same thing. Only this time it does determine what tyres they start on. So hopefully no one's going to be jumping too quickly to quit the session. It could cause some big issues for them.
So Cardinal should be coming in this lap. That's the Red Bull Blaze going slowly.
I'm going to leave you for 2 seconds as Andy Caps apparently urgently needs to speak to me. 1 second.
Just bear with me, guys. Just need to invite Andy back into the game. Okay. So Mo goes back out to set a time. Waiting for my co-commentator to come back into the party. Here he is.
Okay, we just need to make sure that Andy gets back into the session.
I've already invited him, mate. He is back in.
He was didn't know what to do there. He was told that he was too unready and therefore missed Q1. He was quite annoyed, but as long as we get him back in for Q2 and 1, should be all right.
I went into game chat to tell everyone to I'm ready because I wasn't ready to start the stream. but
Okay, fair enough. I
it
understand.
shouldn't affect people too much.
No, he should still be able to participate. Do a couple laps on Q2. Has he joined?
Yeah, I have invited him and it did say he joined that.
Okay, perfect. Right, so I'm assuming this is Mo's final lap.
This is Mo's actual time now, because he invalidated both laps.
I don't know whether he's still allowed to keep going round. Is that how it? I thought it was 2 laps regardless of whether they were validated or not.
Andy is in now.
Wonderful. If Andy can hear this, he is allowed to go theoretically to go out and do 2 laps. If he really wants to. So yeah, he's left now, so he's doing his 2 laps now.
Okay.
So it's going to
Sorry for the
lengthen
technical issues,
qualifying
guys.
1, but we do need to be fair to everyone, and it was a bit unfortunate that he left. So sorry for the slightly longer Q1 of the 10 grid race. 10 grid race, but do want to be as fair as we can to everyone.
So no one's retired on track just yet. As we watch Mo on his flying lap. Hopefully he can actually get a lap in this time.
Yes, hopefully.
It won't affect it too much, as there's only 10 drivers here today. And he does do a lap. He goes third with a 129.2. So Andy is about to start his lap as well. Ferrari driver. Okay, he was just doing an outlap to lock his setup. Coincidentally to do the lap. Mo is on his way back to the pit.
Just let Mo know to just do 2 flying laps next time. So, just waiting for SF1 Cardinal, is it? SF1 Mo and SRL Andy Caps to retire from the session as they've done their setup lock-in laps, or whatever you'd like to call it, acclimatisation laps. So they'll be retiring and we can move on to Q2, which hopefully won't be as long. And we can move on to the real deal.
Waiting for Cardinal and Mo to retire now.
I should just send a message.
Mo's retired, just waiting for Cardinal now.
Send a message. It's fine.
I'd just like to apologise for the late start in this GP3 Bahrain race. Just trying to sort everything out. Yeah, so that is the end of Q1. Whole 500 XP for me there. So Seth with a 5-place grid penalty in the Toro Rosso Honda due to contact with blazed recoil. New driver for the Red Bull team. I think everybody will do a lap in Q2 to determine what tyre they start the race on.
So just to reiterate, they're doing the 2 laps. If both those lap attempts are invalidated, unfortunately you can't keep going there. It's just 2 laps. It is only to lock in the setup. There will be no difference to you if you don't set a lap or you do. The reason we do it is just so that we can move on to the next session quickly enough. So if there's any drivers in the chat that are wondering, please only just 2 attempts, just so we can get the whole session moving on.
I believe Lonely Plains was the first driver out, so we'll ride on board with him. Pretty much everyone coming out straight away.
Yeah, basically as Blaze leaves the pits, Samurai's sitting waiting in the pits, and so is Kakashi, so they're yet to leave. Seth Jugster, Telhell, Mo and Blaze are all on their outlaps.
Plains.
Comes down the straight to start.
Okay, Cardinal says in chat, thought we were doing a single session. Lol. That's why I told everybody to ready, because we weren't ready.
Yep.
A bit wide through turns 2 and 3 for Lonely Plains. Hopefully he hasn't invalidated his lap.
So keep your eye on the tyres that they're using, because these will be the tyres that they start the race on. Whichever lap is fastest for qualifying 2, whatever tyres are on will be their start tyres for the race. Hopefully everyone's taking that into consideration. Kashi's not done. He didn't even leave the pits, I don't think.
He's a driver that just retires from qualifying. Plenty of tyres left, at least.
Yeah.
Here comes Lonely Plains with a 1:30.3. Wasn't the greatest lap.
1:31.3.
So, and Jugster immediately.
Yeah, I wasn't going to wait about there. On the softs as well, so it's a 128.7.
130.0.
And a faster tyre as well. Whereas Mo's there on the softs with a 134, so I don't know if he maybe messed that one up, made a mistake, but a little bit of a comparison between Jugster and Mo there.
So half the field on super soft tyres, half on softs. Here comes Seth with a 131.9.
Here's Andy. 132.5. Not quite as fast as I thought he would be. Samurai's on an out lap. Blaze is coming into the final corner. Looking fast.
Such a
bit of squirm under braking.
Such a difficult exit of turn 14.
Really
The RS Open goes third.
Not too shabby at all. Remembering he is on the super soft tyres, so he's going to have that initial advantage off the start, assuming that Jugster and everyone else on the softs starts on the softs, in fact, and doesn't change. But Jugster's going to be happy if he can start on the softs and place himself on pole for Q3. He'll be very happy with that.
Yeah, he should be very happy with that. If he's got provisional pole at the moment on the soft tyre. He comes into the pits. Right on board with Samurai, who's about to just coming into sector 3 now. Turn 13.
And it's a difficult entrance to that turn 13. You're going to line the car up right because a tiny bit of a too early a turn-in or too late a turn-in is going to mess up that whole straight for you. So those last 3 corners are quite difficult and quite crucial for your lap. So here's Samurai as he starts his lap. And the Williams opens the RS hard on the brakes for turn 1. Nice and tight onto the apex into turn 2. Keep it nice. Hug that apex. Not quite using all the track as he exits turn 3. Up the hill. Crucial braking point for turn 4. You've got to carry as much speed as you can into those S's, the downhill. Which again, is quite hard if you haven't quite got the right setup. It is hard to keep the back end on the straight and narrow and keep it happy into this difficult braking, which is just shown by Samurai, who goes quite wide there. Up the hill now. If you're not running ABS, this corner can cause massive problems. He's kept that nice and neat. That's it. Opens up that DRS. About to climb the hill. Turn 11. There we go, up the hill. Touches the curb a little bit too much. There's death corner. To turn 13 with a difficult entry, but he's kept that nice and neat. Just one corner left.
Ronnie Plains gets out the way for him. Good sportsmanship there.
Yep, nice to see. And he's got a good exit out there, actually. A little bit of a back end slide, but looking fast. It's a 130.7, so that's 4th on the softs. Remember.
Now riding on board with the Force India driver of SF1 Cardinal, who's on the soft tyre as well, on his flying lap. Good line through turn 13 on the run down the hill to the final corner.
A little bit of a wiggle there under braking. Getting the throttle on nice and early, a little bit wide. It's a 128.9.
128.9,
Just
both
2
on the
tenths
soft
off.
tyre. They can be happy with that though.
Definitely. There's nothing to be ashamed of with that lap. Very fast, very close. On the slower tyre as well.
I think the Samurai's going for another lap.
Ooh.
On them soft tyres.
As long as they've only done one, that's fine.
Not much ERS deployment left.
No.
Will he go for this lap or will he come in?
He's
Going for
going
it.
for it, yeah.
Out of ERS. Goes
30.3.
fourth.
Just pushed Blaze down a little bit. Almost identical lap time on the softs again. And again, he's not
going.
far off second either. He's only 4 tenths off there. So oh, that is Samurai pulled off, is it? Or is he just letting someone through? No, he's retired on track. Samurai has just retired on track. So I will record that.
Cardinal does improve by a tenth.
So unfortunately, that could be a reprimand for Samurai.
Everyone else can retire, except for Cardinal, because he's still on track, of course. Needs to bring it back round into the pit lane.
Yep, and Tailhole's retired. Just waiting for Blaze to retire, and then Cardinal can finish his lap, come into the pits, which is very crucial, and then retire himself. I do believe he'll be coming into the pits on this lap, though. He's not running any RS.
Blaze is retired. Into the pits comes Cardinal.
Wonderful, so Cardinal should retire, then that will be Q1 and 2 quickly gone through, which is, we like to say we'll quickly go through them, but it always seems to take a little bit longer than we think. We'll move on to Q3, which is the big league. It will be all out driving for that fastest lap, and we'll finally find out who set the fastest lap around Bahrain, and who's going to be sitting on pole for the start of the race.
Just waiting for Cardinal to retire. Should be any minute now.
Just sent him a quick message to retire, and then we'll be able to move on. He's probably just having a quick scroll through his race manager screen, session information screen or whatever, so we'll just give him another minute to sort that out. And there we go.
So Jokester and Cardinal can be happy with them times on the soft tyre.
Yeah, and they're going to be happy that they'll be starting on those soft tyres as well, and with those sort of times, the people behind on a super softs who will be hoping to get ahead in the initial phase of the race might not be able to do so easily.
So the Americans currently on the front row. Only 8/100ths of a second separate them.
So, qualifying 3 is go. Who's going to take that top step for the start of the Bahrain Grand Prix for the SF1 GP3 season? This is round 2. Jugster's leading the championship after a dominant race last week. But now it's time to see if he can hold a light to everyone else for a second time.
So, Lonely Plains is the first driver out. But he's not going to be the first driver to do a lap.
No, I believe that's maybe going to Andy Caps.
No, it's going to go to
No,
Jugster.
Jugster.
He's had a little bit of tactics from Lonely Plains there, maybe to get this double slipstream.
Yeah, well, it's certainly a thought. Only he could tell us that. Jugster looking very twitchy on the exit with that hairpin there.
Everyone on the super soft tyre. Take out all the fuel. And just absolutely destroy the tyres in Q3. And
Kakashi retires again. Doesn't like qualifying, that man, does he? Or woman. Or them.
Stop. Right, so Jugster starts his flying lap.
And here goes Dale them round the first corner. Let's see.
He turns 2 and 3.
Oh, she says he enters into turn 4. You can carry far more speed through this corner than you would have thought. Actually get on the throttle very early.
5, 6 and 7. All difficult corners. You get a little bit wide and then you can muck your lap right up. Even more difficult corner here. The hairpin does it well though. DRS wide open. Into turn 11. 12. There. Very nice. 13.
Difficult entry, but he's kept that nice and neat. That was a nice exit there. It's 128.
128
dead.
0. Here comes Lonely Plains now. 131.008.
Andy's there, the 28.8. Telhell's here.
Ferrari driver. Third, 130.7.
Here comes Samurai, very slow lap. He's messed that up just a little bit.
There's third there.
Here's Blaze, another slow lap.
Fourth, 129.7. So Mo on his out lap at the moment. That's very close to the Ferrari.
Just watching
He's
Mo
creating
as
a bit of
he
a gap.
finishes his out lap. We'll see what he can put in for his qualifying attempt.
Don't want to go on to hot lap mode too early.
So you want to get just as you hit the throttle at the last corner, and he hasn't. He's still in 2, so that's going to lose him some time as he starts his flying lap. SF1 Mo down the straights. The first corner. Some hard on the brakes, a little bit of understeer as he turns in. Climbs up the hill now. Turn 4, carrying a lot of momentum. Bit hesitant on the throttle, not quite using all that track. So difficult left-hander under braking. Nicely. Still not quite using all that track. He could do with extending his turnout, just to use those rumbles just a little bit, gaining that extra half a second over a lap. Yeah, a couple turn-ins there. Missing the apex by a mile for 13. Still looking like a promising lap though as we enter the last corner. Hard on the brakes, turn in on the throttle as early as possible. Try not to hit too much of that curb on the outside. Open that DRS. And it's a 1:28.7, so a very fast time still from Mo.
So, Samurai, and then to turn 14, the final corner, braking hard. A lot of turning. Doesn't improve.
Blaze
So
leaves the pits.
Starts his flying lap.
Very deep, very deep. Just gonna have to regroup and try again. Cardinal's on his flying lap. Championship contender here, so we'll look forward to what he can post for us. Blaze getting out the way nicely for him there.
I think he's aborted this lap.
Seems like it. He's actually turned his ERS down, hasn't he? I've got the glitch where his revs are on full, flat-out rev limit.
Well, I haven't at the moment, so it's... Codemaster's doing something right at least. DRS open. Okay, he
That was
invalidated his last
invalidated.
lap. I would have put him second that lap. Turn 1 is so difficult. And Jugster just does a 1:27.9.
Andy Cap's coming around the last corner, about to post a second lap. It's looking a little bit quicker, not quite. It's a few tenths shy there, but it looks like he's going for a second attempt, so we'll catch up with him later, see what he can do.
Riding on board with Cardinal into the tricky hairpin. Using as much of the track as he dares.
Touching the curb perfectly there. bit shy of the apex, but not going to lose too much speed there. Getting a little bit shy of the apex, but manages to get on that throttle just early enough to counter that, I think. The final corner now. Again, just a little bit shy on that apex.
It's open. That's fourth. It's 128.9. Mo is on a brand new set of super soft tyres, about to start his second or third flying lap, I believe.
Jogs to pits, so that's him done. Mo's the closest person to challenging, as Andy puts it in second with a 128.5.
Through the S section, absolutely bang on.
A little bit of understeer. Very difficult corner here. So if you haven't already crossed the line, you're not getting another lap in. Qualifying is over. Those who are on a lap now are the only people able to improve now. Telhel couldn't improve. Seth's out of fuel.
What can Mo do? Oh my god.
And in the pit for both Mo and Andy, who could not improve.
So Samurai's the
So
only
there,
driver left.
Samurai's just backed
Who's
out of
going
his
slowly?
lap. So that is your qualifying. Jugster on pole for the second round of the SF1 GP3 Championship. We're here at Bahrain. The Jugster's put it on the pole with a 127.9, a rapid time there. SRL Andy half a second off with the next fastest time in second. SF1 Mo takes third with a 128.74. SF1 Cardinal just couldn't quite get that third position with 128.9. Samurai in fifth, Blaze, a good show in sixth position. Telhel seventh, Lonely Plains 5, Seth ninth, and of course Kakashi, who did not post a time, rounds up the back of the grid.
So that is qualifying over. We look forward to the race now.
Oh, so Cardinals posted there was too much grip, which messed up his turn in and invalidated a very good lap. Damn super softs. So that shows why Cardinal couldn't quite make it into the top three there. Too much grip, apparently.
Okay guys, if any of the drivers are watching, do not ready up until 32 minutes past.
Yep, it's very important that you
5 minute
don't.
break. So that is 21:27 GMT. Sorry, 32. 21:32 GMT. No, only a 10 car lobby, show garden.
See, for some reason I was typing a response to that. I don't know why I was typing a response to that.
That's
So
right,
thoughts
Garden.
for Bahrain? Any thoughts, Jamie? Do you think Jugster's got this one again? Might run away with it, or do you think Mo or Cardinal or Andy can possibly top him on the race pace today?
Well, hopefully it's a lot closer than it was last week in Australia.
Yeah, no. What was it? 50 seconds or 45 seconds? I think
About
something like that.
45 seconds at the end of the
Yeah.
race, and I think the game has glitched for Andy.
Hmm. Although, should it not stay on the screen for 5 minutes until someone readies up? Is that?
No, because we just look at the pit lane.
Hmm. That is very interesting. So, should we have an incident with the game where it does, in fact, mess up, we will restart the lobby and leave the qualifying grid as it was. So we'll put them in their place on qualifying grid, make sure they start on the correct tyres that they put in Q2, and we'll just start straight away with the race. So if there is anyone on the chat that could let us know if that is needed or not.
Did you get a screenshot of qualifying, Lucky?
No, but I'll catch one now from my couches. I didn't see.
I do think the game has glitched out. Sorry about this, viewers. Yeah, I think the game's glitched, Cardinal. It'll mean Andy needs to leave. But if he leaves now, he won't be able to rejoin and drive in the race.
Oh, you can't screenshot the capture. Okay. I took a picture on my phone.
Again, sorry for the late start and sorry for the technical issues the game's given us.
I'm just going to and get on with Andy and just find out what's going on with his. So what does Andy need? Does he need to leave and then rejoin?
I think so, but he won't be able to join in the
No,
race
so-
if he leaves now. So I think we
Right.
might have to restart the race lobby.
Okay, I'll just join a party with him.
So if any of the drivers are in a party with each other, we are going to restart the race lobby. And we're going to put it in the correct qualifying order.
I don't have tyres, so I don't have a screenshot of Q2. Try and find one. Captures. Unfortunately, this sort of thing happens with an unfinished game that was released a year ago.
Okay, so if everyone can leave the session, if they can, Andy's going to restart his game, which means we'll go into the race, but we are restarting
Wonderful, I'm just getting a picture of Q2's tyres. There we go.
Yeah, Andy's just left, so it does mean we'll load into the lobby, but we are restarting the race.
So everyone's going to retire, yes?
No, they're all going to leave.
Or they're just going to leave? Okay. I shall do the same.
Right, so if everybody please leave the session. Again, sorry about the issues we're having, guys watching.
I'm going to set up the lobby if you can just invite everyone.
Yep, I can invite everyone. There's no point in stopping the stream.
Pit assist and pit release off. Host options.
I've now just got joining session. There we go, I'm in.
Distance 50. Starting grid.
So I just...
Custom grid. Grid editor.
Yes, Blaze Recoil says, please stand by, technical issues.
Yeah, I can't actually do the grid obviously until everyone's in, so I'll leave that till last.
Yep, okay, so guys, the lobby is open again. I'm going to invite everyone in now.
I don't suppose anyone got the weather for the race, did they?
Try, Lucky, it's...
Well, you
the
never
desert.
know, it's a game.
Cash is in.
Could you join the
Any
party with
plane?
Jugster, because I need to do this and he keeps asking to. Clear. Start time. Start time.
Official.
Official. Yeah, I was scrolling the wrong direction.
Telhel's in. Seth's in.
Collisions.
Invite Jugstar.
Full vehicle damage. Ghosting on. Car setup. Full safety car. On. On.
There's 9. Am I missing someone? Who am I missing? Cardinal, Telhel, Samurai, Seth, Kakashi, Blaze, Mo.
Strict
Jugster's in.
formation lap on. Race starts. Manual. Surface and carcass simulation. Collisions on. Park firmly on.
And Andy's in as well. Just hit spectator when you can, Lucky. Everyone
Yep,
pick their cars again.
ERS manual. Braking assist cannot be on. Anti-lock. You can have that if you want. You can have full traction. You can have an automatic gearbox. You cannot have pit assist and you cannot have pit release assist. ERS manual. Right, so I shall now do the grid if everyone is in. Yes.
Yep, just hit spectator quickly. Actually,
I'll do
no,
that now.
Don't.
Okay.
Blaze, we need you to jump into the Red Bull, please, buddy.
Yep. Just doing this now. Grid.
And Andy into the Ferrari.
Right. Jugster.
Okay, so guys, can you please start the tyre? You chose in Q2 and then your fastest lap on.
And I have them on a screenshot, so please do not try and cheat.
So we know Jugster and Cardinal were on the soft tyres.
Jugster, Andy, Mo, and Cardinal on the softs.
Okay, Andy's in the Ferrari. Nobody ready up just yet, please.
Almost done with the grid.
Okay, so Andy, Cardinal, Mo, Jugster, and who else was it?
Sorry. Jugster, Mo, Andy, and Cardinal.
Just 4?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Andy, Cardinal, Mo, and Jugster, all to start on the soft tyre, please. The rest on the super
You might,
soft.
if you could possibly just confirm with Andy that one. Right. Blaze, Tillhill, Lonely, Seth, and Kakashi. Okay.
Yeah, Cardinals on softs as well.
Confirm
Okay.
changes.
Andy's on softs, Jugster's on softs, and Mo on softs. Okay, is the grid
Right.
done, Lucky?
Yep, the grid is done. Just double checking the assists and the race settings. Everything is good. We are ready.
Okay.
I just need to take a picture of that grid just in case it's. Take a picture. Okay, we're good to go.
Okay, right, everyone, we are good to go. Let's ready up. Again, sorry. Lucky, hit spectator.
Yeah, sorry. I had to double check again. So the countdown begins. Hashtag esports ready. Qualifying has been done. The race is about to start.
Again, we can only apologise for, well, the crap game that was released way too soon. Fix multiplayer. Stop adding stuff to career mode.
Yes, couldn't have put it better myself.
Career mode is fine.
The career mode has been fine since 2014.
Nobody ready up. Let everyone do their race strategy, please.
And set up, of course, because it will be back to 0.
Waiting for Blaze to pick his tyres. Here we go. So only 4 drivers should be starting on soft tyres. You have put the formation lap on, haven't you?
Yes.
Good.
I also took a picture of all the settings I put, just in case anything goes wrong and you wish to have a go at me. So if everyone could be ready with their setups for quarter 2, that would be very
We have
helpful.
1
But
minute left, guys. 1 minute left. This race is going to end late. And Blaze has readied up.
okay, so that's 1 minute early, unfortunately.
Can you check the race director to make sure everyone... I'll do it actually.
Okay.
Okay, Lonely Plains is starting on softs. Samurai's starting on softs. There should have only been 4 people starting on soft, guys.
Yeah.
But here we go with the formation lap. Not too sure what happens. We'll speak to admins after the race. I asked you not to cheat, but some people have.
Yeah, I'm just having a quick scroll through qualifying 2 now, and nobody else changed onto the softs, so there is 30 seconds still left of the qualifying session, but I can't see anyone changing that time. So yeah, it's a real shame. We did ask you to be fair, but as you said, we'll discuss that with admin.
Kyle's watching, so he said don't worry.
Okay.
Kyle, are you still at work or are you at home? Come join us in the commentary box.
So Jugster heating his tyres very aggressively, ready for a 29 laps of Bahrain's GP track. Hosted many eventful and not so eventful races over the years.
2014 Grand Prix comes straight to mind, the battle between Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, who can forget? 2010, when they used the Enduro track instead of the GP track. Great track to drive, just restricted the overtaking a little bit too much, causing for a fairly dull race. As Jugster takes to the front row, I will go from Blaze backwards if you focus on Jugster to the
That's
Samurai.
fine. Five red lights. Everybody late off the line there.
Very late off the line. There's been a bit of contact at the back between Blaze
And a massive dive bomb from Cardinal.
Ooh.
Corner cutting. I'm really not sure what's going on here.
Cardinal's backed all the way down to the bottom. Blaze recoil. I don't know what's happening. He hasn't even made it around the first corner yet.
And Lonely Plains is retired. Just saw him back of shot there. Not too sure what happened.
Well, that was a very difficult start to watch there. Blaze didn't manage to get off the line at all. Force Kakashi to run into the back of him. A little bit of damage, but he's
Here
up into
comes
6th.
Andy on Samurai.
Samurai's coming back for the look. He's there. Very difficult corner to stay side by side. Samurai's managed to keep it, but he's gone wide. And Andy managed to hold on to that one, and Mo tucks in neatly behind him.
So Samurai, one of the drivers that should have started on the soft tyres. Super soft tyres, sorry. Lonely Plains
Juxta's
should have
already
been on
3
super
seconds
soft.
ahead. This Cardinal makes a place up there from that terrible start, up into 7th. As Blaze heads into the pits. Yeah. I think what happened is he jump started and then tried to stop himself, and then obviously the lights went out, and I think Kakashi just ran into the back of him. So I'm not sure what quite happened there, but that's put Blaze all the way down to the back, and 55 seconds. Sorry, 55 seconds behind anyone. Cardinal making gains on Kakashi.
Oh, jeez.
All over the back there.
Mo and Samurai. Close.
As Cardinal
Cardinal
follows
even
Kakashi into the start straight. I think there's going to be a move there from Cardinal without the DRS this time. Doesn't choose to this time. Kakashi outbreaks himself anyway, so maybe he could have gone for that move, Cardinal, but backed out of it this time. Jugster now 4 seconds ahead of Andy Caps.
Samurai still close to Mo. Just over a second, under a second now, sorry.
He's definitely sticking within, staying within that 1 second gap, which he wants. It's lap 3 now, which means he's going to be in that DRS gap, which he's got now. Not much you can do really with the DRS down that little straight there.
A little bit too early turning in there.
Cardinal tried to make the move on Kakashi there, didn't quite keep it.
DRS down the pit straight. This is where DRS hopes massively.
He's a little bit far back this time round though, don't you think? I don't know whether he's going to be able to challenge. That Haas looking very strong on the top end power. Here's Cardinal also with the DRS, a little bit too far back again. But he's crucially brought that gap down from 9 tenths to 4 tenths. And again, the same for Samurai. So 2 very close battles to keep an eye on. And that interval from 1st to 2nd now up to 4.2 seconds. Not as dominant as last weekend, but still, that's almost a 5 second gap in just 4 laps.
So Kakashi and Cardinal very close indeed, as there's the DRS detection zone.
It's got a good little drive out of that corner there. Saying it's very hard to utilise the DRS on this straight, but if you do get a very good run out of that hairpin, especially if you're on a stronger set of tyres than the other, then can really help out into that uphill left-hander climb. Cardinal having a look.
Into the pit straight again. Very good exit. DRS open. Should be able to get this done.
Gaining. Not quite there.
Oh!
Oh!
There's another corner cut.
3-second time penalty there, and a 3-second for Kakashi as well. So both of them receiving penalties there. A tough fight between the two, and that fight between Sama and Mo still going on. The Williams and the Haas fighting for that last spot on the podium. Andy's actually pulling away now from those two. 2.6 second gap there. Cardinal just won't stop applying the pressure. Cardinal just getting close enough, but at the wrong points. He seems to be getting to that position where he can make a move in a place on a track where there just isn't an option to make that move. So he just needs to think through his strategy, which I think he's done on this back straight. Very good run out of turn 13. They're down into 14. They're side by side under braking. Cardinal takes that one very neatly in front of Kakashi, who has no response and has the DRS, and he's on soft, so his tyres are going to take him further into the race than Kakashi, who's going to start feeling some effect of tyre wear right about now.
And Seth gets a 5-second stop-go for speeding in the pit lane as well.
Cardinal's just 1.5 seconds behind Telhel, who's his next victim. Telhel then just 5 seconds behind the Samurai. So Cardinal could catch the Samurai and the Mo in their battle and try and attempt that third place. Samurai still not taking his eye off that 1 second gap.
The straight's nowhere near long enough for the DRS to have effect. Unless you get an amazing
Cardinal
run
takes
out
that
of the
place off
hairpin.
Telhel already, but Telhel's on back with a cutback. Very nicely done. Cardinal's gone a little bit wide, pushed him off there for turn 11. He's going to have to try again, but nice defending from Telhel there, who was visibly slower. Cardinal couldn't quite take it there. It's a defensive driving from the Ferrari driver.
Here comes Cardinal. Looking down the inside. Is he?
No.
Telhel goes very deep though.
Way deep there. Is that going to give Cardinal the opportunity up the hill, or is that going to bring Kakashi in? Cardinal might have had to lift off there just to stop himself from hitting, but it looks like Cardinal's got the run. Not going to make an attempt.
3-car battle.
It's brought Kakashi into the game. Cardinal going for the lunge. Telhel very, very spatially aware there. He could very easily have turned in without noticing Cardinal there, but very brave move, and it's paid off very well there for Cardinal, who moves up to 5th and is now chasing the Samurai for that 4th position. Samurai still within that 1 second gap to Mo.
Want to be very careful going around turn 12.
There's a sector 1
sector 1
yellow flag. I think that was Samurai. No, he's only just coming into sector 1. So I'm not sure what that was.
Oh, the Samurai has dropped out of the DRS range.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe he went a bit deep into turn 1.
But Kakashi has DRS on Tailhill 107.
How's this going to pan out? He's a little bit far back. Not quite doing there, but that fight between Tailhill and Cardinal actually brought Kakashi into this battle now. So Tailhill going very wide there, but that's actually brought him into this battle. So possibly without Cardinal, without Tailhill defending so aggressively against Cardinal, Kakashi might not have had the opportunity to come forward and actually fight with Tailhill. So Seth and Blaze Recall both already stopped. Everyone else yet to pit.
Samurai's all over the back of Mo again.
Sector 2 and 3,
And Andy
yellow
spun.
flags.
Oh, so's Mo!
Oh, dearie me! Oh, and Cardinal makes it past Mo, was taking Cardinal out there. And there's Tailhill and Kakashi just behind Mo, so that's really ruined their race there. A little bit too tight a battle. But the Samurai now right behind Andy, who was 5 or 6 seconds down the road.
The Samurai picked up a penalty for avoiding a collision. He
Kakashi
went
coming
off
into
the
the
track.
pits very slowly. So that's Kakashi in the pits. Tailhill's carried on for another lap there. Mo in 5th place now, was fighting for that 3rd position, for that 2nd position actually. That 3rd position with Samurai. Cardinals moved up due to the spin, and Samurai's now right behind Andy.
So the gap to Andy and Jugster now increases to 12.7 seconds due to Andy spinning.
Yep, it wasn't so big. It's not as commanding a race from Jugster this time, but he's certainly still driving away with it today. Still 20 laps left remaining, so anything can happen, but for now, Jugster's in control. Nice frap.
So Cardinal chasing down Samurai for that 3rd position.
Yeah, that gap's definitely getting smaller. He's up at 3.5 just a few corners ago, so hopefully he can keep that rate of I don't know, rate of something reeling him in. Consistent.
Rate of knots. So Kakashi was on the medium time after his stop. Cardinal is catching Samurai. Everyone except Kakashi are on the soft tyres.
Yeah, Kakashi on the mediums. Very strange call from him there, but
he's trying the one stop, I think. Super soft to medium.
yeah, definitely, but just don't know whether that's the way to go today. I mean, he's maybe quite lonely for the race, so consistency-wise, he might actually be able to make it make it work out for him quite well. Just needs to be fast and consistent on those mediums. So Cardinal now down to a 1.1 second gap to the Samurai. Really brought that gap down, and I'm sure he'll be within DRS range by the start straight. And he's already in DRS range, so we'll have a short spurt up to turn 10.
He does have 16 seconds worth of 6 seconds, worth of penalties.
Yep, something to take into consideration.
Picked up DRS. He had a bit of a slide.
Got a nice run there, so I think he's going to make the move, yeah. Side by side, under brakes. Can he hang it down the outside, Samurai? No, he can't. Great bit of attacking from Cardinal. Is he? Oh, he's lost
and he's
it,
gone.
and he's hit the wall.
He's gone. What?
He's gone. Just too much curb there, and he's lost the back end, taking it straight into the wall. That is going to be gutting for the young man, woman, or they, them. So unfortunate to see that. What was becoming a very commanding race for the young man. It's just shattered.
Unfortunately, this sort of thing happens too often in Formula One.
Yeah, it's very all well and good being very fast, being good with your racecraft, getting through the field, but you got to keep that concentration up the entire time. And as you can see, one lapse of concentration or one slightly too aggressive exit of a corner, and you're off and you're in the wall. So very unfortunate to see. He was getting very close to receiving my driver of the day vote. But very unfortunate to see him in the wall, so.
So Mo is trying to close the gap down for Samurai.
He's having quite a hard time of it, but it's slowly coming down. Not as aggressively as Cardinal, but it's definitely reeling Samurai in.
Samurai's coming in. So is Mo.
So that promotes Samurai. Right. Actually, they've stayed pretty dead heat there. Both in and out the pits together. I thought Samurai got held up there, but didn't. So in and out the pits, both together. The gaps are forming, but there is still a race there. 3 seconds the gap between Samurai and Mo. 13 seconds is the gap from pole first to second.
So Jogster in control of this race, 13 laps in. So we know Blaze Recoil hasn't joined the session back, his car is ghosted. So he won't score any points. And
the caps receives 5 seconds. So basically, Jogster's been about 9.5 tenths faster per lap. Because before Andy pitted, we were on lap 14 and the gap was 13.9 seconds. So Jogster's about a second a lap faster at the moment, race pace wise. Let's move on to the mediums now. Let's see what you can do there.
He's going to the end. Not really too many battles on track at the moment. Probably Samurai and Mo are the closest. So the McLaren driver of Jugstar very much in control of this Grand Prix. Gonna make it 2 wins out of 2. The brand new season of SF1. Not too much happening on track. Kakashi is catching Seth on much fresher tyres. Kakashi is catching Seth very, very quickly. Okay guys, as we follow Kakashi, he is on the medium tyres. The game's just glitched and put him on the soft tyres.
That old chestnut, eh?
Yeah. Another 3-second time penalty for Andy.
It's getting very costly for Andy. Going to have a fastest lap for Jugster. Have a quick look at the race director for you, see what's sitting where, and top things up. So Cardinal has 6 seconds worth of penalties.
Cardinal was out there.
Oh shit. I mean, oh dear.
Figures of now I can't even speak now. Forgive us please viewers, it's rather late. Not used to being up this late streaming. Cardinal says, well, it was fun while it lasted. Used my clutch for a break on turn 1 and went downhill from there. Ah. Here comes Kakashi on Seth. Oh, there's contact.
On that note, Kakashi has 6 seconds worth of penalties. Seth has none. So Andy actually only has 1 3-second penalty, but he has served that 5-second stop go.
He hasn't, because he got it the lap he came in. So unless he pits again. He's currently running at 8 seconds worth of penalties. And the And Jugster is just running in low ERS mode. Who can blame him? 15.5 second gap.
Yeah, even if Andy suddenly becomes a second a lap faster, he still won't be able to catch him, so why would you go flat out? Why would you risk anything? If you're 15 seconds ahead, I'd save as much as you can. The more you're saving and reserving, the less likely you are to make a silly mistake, so I don't really think that the opportunity for him to push too much is really there if he's being sensible. You'd be more gutted making a mistake out in front with a healthy lead than actually fighting for a first position. So I think he'll be thinking through this a lot. He's no stranger to being dominant, as he just gets caught up there by Seth, who's not giving him too much room, but lets him by.
Does get out the way there. So Samurai and Mo closest battle on track.
Oh, Seth has made a second pit stop there. Yep, Seth and
18.
So the smallest gap at the moment is 4 seconds between third and fourth. Mo's really got to put his foot down and start trying to pull the Samurai in. So Samurai in third position, not really making any gains on SRL Andy. He's sitting pretty steady on a 12-second gap. Andy's actually sitting pretty steady on a 15.5-second gap, but unless he pulls something magical out the bag, I don't think it's going to be catching anytime soon. SF1 Mo's really got to start pushing. It was 4 seconds last lap, so he's made a bit of time, but a lot more to find. There's 10 laps remaining for Mo to make a move. .1 seconds again between SF1 Mo and Samurai. So it seems every time he makes that gain, Samurai seems to be able to just pull it back again on the second half of the lap. So very, very even between the two. Only time will tell whether Mo can really pull him in.
Well, they're both on 6-lap-old mediums, so it'll be interesting to see.
Really, it's going to be who's managed to treat their tyres the best, and who's really got the raw pace on that specific tyre. Well, of course, setup is going to come into things, which you can occasionally see a difference in setup and down the straights, but sometimes it could be quite hard. So Samurai and Mo in almost identical condition. Obviously, the variables are there. And at the moment, Samurai is on top.
A little bit twitchy coming out of turns 2 and 3. Which does allow Mo to catch up a little bit.
Lost himself about half a second there, didn't he? Just shows how consistent they've been, because since they pitted, they've really stuck at basically exactly the same time. So it really shows how consistent they're actually being, because that one small little hiccup from Samurai actually caused half a second, which is a massive amount.
So the gap for Jugster and Andy still in the 15-second mark. I think it's going to stay that way because I don't, as Jugster has another fastest lap. As in the back of shot, we just saw Seth DNF. So the Toro Rosso driver is out. Andy is in the pits. Serving his 5-second stop go. So Mo and Samurai are promoted to P2 and P3.
He's taking the pits as well, changing the front wing, so he's had a bit of damage there. That might just make things a little bit more exciting for the closing stages, although I think that's going to give him a colossal gap between anyone really, so he's going to have to push very hard on these softs to try and close that gap, which now sits at over 25 seconds, so it's going to be interesting to watch. Mo's brought that gap down from 4.1 seconds to 3 seconds, so might make the move soon.
Always come down to penalties as well. Don't think Mo has a penalty. And Kakashi's just left the session, which is odd. So Mo brings the gap down a bit more to the Samurai, who is in hot lap mode. So 3 retirements from the 10 starters here at Bahrain in GP3. Only Planes the first to go out, then SF1 Cardinal, and now a lap ago Seth retires. The gap between Jugster and Samurai in second place is nearly 32 seconds. Another commanding performance from the McLaren driver. Remember, of course, tomorrow we have the GP2 Bahrain Grand Prix. Not too sure who your commentators are as of yet. I'm sure Sam or Yes My Name's a Beer will be one of them. Mo is closing in on Samurai yet again. Andy with the fastest lap on a brand new set of soft tyres. There's a yellow flag in sector 3. So, Jugster on lap 24.
Just 5 laps remaining.
A little bit of a lock up there. Gap between Mo and Samurai keeps changing.
He's really struggling to bring that gap down, isn't he?
So Kakashi has rejoined, so he will score points.
Just popped off for 9 laps, did he?
No, Blaze has been the one that's been gone a while.
Yeah.
It is hard when the field is so spread out like this to keep motivation in the race, but anything can happen, so you want to keep racing, you want to keep pushing.
Yeah, it's true. As Mo's showing us, he really is constantly pushing. All it takes is for Samurai to lock up a bit too much, go a bit deep, hit curb too hard, mess up the back end, and that's 3 seconds gone, and Mo can take the opportunity to really attack on those sort of situations, but so far he's struggled to bring that gap down. It's only come down by about a second over the last 4 or 5 laps. Crucially, he's got it under that 3-second gap.
Samurai is in low ERS mode, whereas Mo is in medium with not much left. It's going to be rather interesting towards the end of the race.
Yeah, Mo's really going to want to keep an eye on that, because he may well get close, but if he's out of DRS, he's not going to have any chance at overtaking, especially when Samurai is on exactly the same lap age tyres as him. That really will make things difficult for him. And then, of course, if he does start saving now, or turns it down to low, he's not going to be able to actually make those gains that he needs. So it's a bit of a decisive period in Mo's race. Does he attack now? Does he try and use a lap to save some ERS so he can attack longer, and when he gets there, try and make the pass maybe? There's only 3 laps left, so
Not many laps to go.
no laps at all.
He's in medium, he's under 10%.
Samurai's
He's
up
gonna
in
have
hot
to
lap
save.
now. Mo's really running low on that ERS. Samurai can really push as much as he wants at the moment.
Gap's over 3 seconds again.
In what, 5 corners? Just shows the
Exactly.
the difference in ERS modes. Why you need to keep monitoring your ERS and your fuel levels. Why you need to keep on top of it. It's not just there for a little bit of boost when you want it. It's something you have to control. It's more than just going around in circles and overtaking people. There's a lot of tactical thinking that goes into these races, and what seems to us maybe a 3-lap showdown between the first and second, or second and third for the final laps of the race, to them is a really complicated chess match, and it can sometimes get the better of you and result in a bottle of some sort. But Mo's really feeling that pressure with little to no ERS remaining now.
And Sunrise into low ERS now. Should we say that?
Mo used a little bit of high ERS for that straight, just to try and gain a bit. It's brought up that gap back to the 2 seconds, 2.3 seconds. "37 seconds. The gap from Jugster to Samurai, first and second, almost over, basically over half a lap. Nearly half a lap's worth of time there. Just 27 laps. Mo's getting ready to dip under that 2 second gap. It's getting ever so frustrating as Jugster takes the lap 28. Mo is really running out of time.
He's under 2 seconds now. But he is starving that engine of energy. Whereas Samurai is back into hot lap. So Jogster comes around turn 13. Down the hill towards the final corner to start the final lap of the race here at Bahrain. As we ride on board with him for the final lap. And what is another commanding victory for Jogster. 2 race weekends gone. 2 race victories unless something catastrophic happens now. It's been so commanding from him.
Couldn't quite beat his 45 seconds that he had last time out, but very close to it.
Well, depending on penalties, it could be over 45 seconds.
Actually, yeah, it could be. It's a very good point, actually. Okay, on the road, he might not make the 45 seconds, but overall, if you want to be Mr. Pedantic,
so the American of Jugster, the McLaren driver, into turn 13, penultimate corner. Powering down towards the final corner now, down the hill in hot lap mode.
what a commanding race from Jugster as he crosses the line.
Across the line is
Beautiful
your race
win.
winner here in Bahrain.
Fireworks explode. Samurai's only just coming up to turn 12. As Mo gets within that 1.5 seconds, a little too late. An awesome fight displayed there by SF1 Mo as he tried to pull in the Samurai. The Samurai got the better of him as he takes second place across the line, followed just 2 seconds down the road by the Samurai.
On penalties.
Wow!
Only just.
Just 7/10 in it. So that's really...
Takes 4th position with his teammate Telhel 107.
A healthy finish for the two there, 4th and 5th. Very empty grid, but
Ferrari nearly lost it.
Points are points, almost lost that.
That is the end of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Jugster takes victory. Mo jumps Samurai to 2nd place on penalties.
There's your podium. Am I inviting winners in?
Yeah, can do. Jugster with a fantastic victory. 2nd in a row. And there's Mo.
You don't understand how hard it is to make content in a 10-person race. Leave us alone. We're creating suspense.
Oh my god. What a what a way to enter the stream. Oh.
I'd let you take the questions today, Jamie.
Cheers for that. Is everybody in, yeah? No.
No.
Still waiting on Samurai. But we can start with our race winner, Jugster. Yet another commanding victory. 41.4 seconds. Not quite the 45 of last week. How do you feel after that performance? 2 wins out of 2.
I believe it's probably hard to say much more about the race from your point of view. I mean, you were 3.5 seconds down the road halfway through the first lap, so it really was a brilliantly commanding race. Well done again. Yeah, well done.
Oh, we have some content on that.
That was Cardinal, wasn't it?
Cardinal, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
there's been comments made, but you're very welcome to make one.
Yeah, I think it was,
Yeah.
was it Kimmy Rod? Not Kimmy, sorry.
Kimmy.
Samurai. Yeah, there should have been 4 drivers.
Oh, maybe that's why Samurai didn't join the part. Oh, here he is.
There we go. Okay. Right. Lucky, do you want to take Mo's race comments for asking some
Yeah,
questions?
Mo, I mean, you really need to sort out your ERS management, mate. No, I was brilliant. Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, it was brilliant to watch you being so persistent. I mean, there wasn't a point where you made any even attempt to sort of not even try for that second place. You were on it for the whole second half of the race. It was great to watch you really fighting to try and catch him. Jamie.
Yes. Oh, not much else to say really, just fantastic finish for P2. Good result for the Haas team. That's all I've got to say really.
Unfortunately, the samurai can't speak English, so he won't be able to talk to us or answer any of our questions. He just messaged
Mo,
me.
you didn't include your audio, did you?
Who?
Mo didn't
Yeah, I forgot
include
to.
his
I'm in and
audio.
out.
Oh, oh dear. Mo, would you like
Audio.
to?
Yep, that's it on.
So yeah,
Oh god, I hate hearing my own voice through this.
that final part of your race. You could just
Yep.
let the viewers.
Excellent ERS management.
Oh yeah, we'll give you that. In case everyone
a
missed
great
what Mo was saying
Uh-huh.
earlier, he was just explaining how the ERS management was very, very tight. He was very good at managing ERS actually, but he was on it for the entirety of that final race. A little bit inconsistent maybe in dropping those few seconds or a second or half a second at times, just up and down the board a little bit. But if you, and I just hit
so-
me with my mic.
Nice one. So good result for Jugster, Mo and Samurai. Samurai won't be talking to us because he doesn't speak English. That brings an end to the SF1 GP3 stream here at Bahrain. Join us tomorrow for GP2.
Yeah, I'm just wondering where I go to collect the Driver of the Day award, guys.
You just come and see admin.
Edinburgh.
We'll sort you out with a nice little trophy. I was about to ask you actually, Jamie. Mo for driver of the day, or what's your pick?
Yeah. Oh, I can go with Mo for driver of the day. Definitely.
You seemed a little forced into that. You can pick anyone,
little
honestly.
bit. No, I am going to go with Mo. Fantastic drive. Great podium, as I said, for the Haas team to help boost their points.
It's just a shame
Yeah.
I had that incident in Australia when I was fighting for another podium. It's the first time I've ever DNF'd there as well.
Yeah, it's unfortunate to see stuff like that happen, but again, I do just want to say thank you to everyone, the drivers included, all 7 or 8 of our viewers who did stay with us for the whole thing. It was really good to know that people were willing to stick around for a race that isn't quite full to the brim of drivers. We had a few dull moments, but it was a good race overall. We thank everyone for being here. Thank the drivers, the winners, obviously podium positions, and the rest of the grid, of course, for turning up. We will be back tomorrow for GP2. I'm not sure exactly who's commentating on it. I think Sam might be doing that. Yeah, any more words from Jamie? And we'll love you and leave you.
Yeah, thank you for watching, guys. As Lucky said, join us tomorrow for GP2 Bahrain Grand Prix. We've been your commentators. Thanks for watching.